Alright, we're back. Okay, so next God of Destruction is second Universe 2's God of Destruction, Hellas. Surprisingly, I actually had some difficulties with her. Considering she is probably the easiest one, at least in terms of the amount of damage she does. Obviously her gimmick is that she changes typing every turn, like she cycles through each type, which proved to be a difficulty for me a couple times because it would get to the tech phase and I would have an AGL unit on the rotation would take far too much damage, that sort of thing. You know, it was just a couple times I got a super attack type disadvantage and I died. It's to be expected. But considering my original run of her, I had basically no trouble. I know obviously I was using items for my original run during the 6th anniversary, but obviously I had definitely worse options as a whole, especially considering I was using double STR Vegito, I think, for this fight. And obviously starts out AGL, so I very easily could have died. Alright, so going through the team, we've got AGL, Easy 8 Evolution Blue Vegeta is the leader. A very strong unit. I think he's just... They really did his Easy 8 quite well. You know, he can triple, even quadruple super. Build him full crit. He can triple super, quadruple crit, do really good damage, along with having very competent defense. Obviously he's like a slot 2 or 3 unit, you're not running him as slot 1. But either way, he's a very strong unit, to the point where on this rotation, I felt comfortable putting him in the 3rd slot, despite having type disadvantage and there being many attacks. So for the 2nd unit, STR Goku and Gohan, one of the newest units in the game, and they're very good, obviously. Especially when you get Gohan out. I'm not even sure if I got him out during this video. But I mean, Goku is very competent as well with his stunning, which obviously we can't do in this fight, and his 50% chance to dodge. A strong unit overall, especially his defense is not as bad as people seem to think after he supers. I think even mine 55% is, you know, touching 300k, which for the God event is good enough to tank normals, especially this fight. So next, Tech Kale and Caulifla. I think fairly obvious choice. I mean, their heal, they link quite well with a lot of the team, because a lot of this team was Universe Survival Saga, so obviously sharing key links with everyone on the team. But that turn 6 heal could come in real handy. You know, and since obviously we're not using any items, we need to find different ways of healing. For most of these fights, I tended to just rely on orbs to heal, which in some cases worked, in other cases not so much. But I'm not even entirely sure if we get the heal off, or if we do, it's right at the end, but whether it's actually... We took a lot of damage there. See, this is the one problem though with them. Goku and Gohan. If Goku doesn't dodge, he takes a lot of damage. Obviously, we didn't die, and we have a lot of HP, so we could take it, but it could have been an issue. Next, Tech Caulifla, fairly obvious choice, 100% chance to dodge. You know, she's, even though she has a leader skill on this team, she's still not doing much damage, so a purely defensive unit in this case. And then STR UI and AGL UI, both again fairly obvious choices. Both have a 70% chance to dodge. Oh, I think STR UI's wears off after a while, but this fight doesn't. I don't think it lasts long enough for that to matter. But I mean, they're both high chance to dodge. You know, it was just to avoid as much damage as possible. And my STR UI is only 55%. I felt like he did reasonably well in this fight. But as you can see, if he gets hit, he takes a lot of damage. He's nearly 2 years old now. Maybe 2 years old on global. So, oh wait, yeah, 2 years. That's right, isn't it? Yeah, something like that. So he's definitely aged, but I mean, dodge is still strong. And then AGL UI Goku again, fairly obvious with the 70% chance to dodge. And his defense really isn't as bad as you would think after he does his first dodge. Obviously it's not top tier, he's not touching 400-500k defense, but you know, 250, 300k defense with a 70% chance to dodge it's good enough for the God event at least, and I'd presume even in the red zone he's probably going to be alright, as long as he doesn't get hit too many times. And obviously he also does have his revive, which is very strong. I don't get revives off very often in these runs. I think I get it once in one run with UI Goku, and a couple of the stages I use Evolution Blue Vegeta, but I don't think I got his off at all. So yeah, fight's going a little slow, but as you can see, we're having no issues at the moment. So yeah, it does turn out I got it off, and the heal was quite useful.
I ain't no hero of justice or anything else like that. Anyone who tries to hurt my friends, it's gonna pay!
And then straight into UI Goku's active skill, which, I mean, the damage is not that great, let's not pretend, but free damage, what are we not going to take it? On this turn I was a little scared. I'm going to make it no secret that I don't 100% trust STI UI with his dodging. Despite how I've used both STR and AGL UI quite a lot, and every single time it seems like AGL UI Goku dodges, whereas STR UI doesn't, despite them both having the same dodge chance. The amount of times I've died in events because STR UI Goku hasn't dodged is surprising. AGL UI Goku doesn't dodge there, but you know, we have, because of Kevlar's heal, we could tank it, so you know what, it's fine. Then I think Kefla finishes it off. I think I managed to get the 6 orbs, so her damage is not terrible. Although, let's be honest, again, still not great. Although if you want her damage to be truly good, you need to really let her stack attack and defense a little bit more before transforming, but in this sort of event you don't really have the time or the luxury to, you know, stack as much as you want. You really need to transform when you need it. So yeah, not too difficult. I did have more difficulties with this fight than most of the others actually. There's only like 2 fights I think that I lost more on. Surprising, I know, since she's not that difficult realistically, but it's just the way it is. So yeah, see you guys next time.